Well, happy Thursday. It is, yes, a weather impact alert because we do have the potential strong to severe storms area-wide for Friday morning as well as Saturday morning. We'll get that here in a little bit, but let's talk about for today's weather Thursday into Thursday night first. So overall today, high temperatures going to be the low to mid 80s. We had a little bit of fog this morning that's starting to thin out. We'll have mostly cloudy skies though, so not a ton of sunshine with a light southwest wind. Maybe could see a stray storm or two, but for the most part, we're going to be on the dry side, I think, for much of the 5 News coverage area. It has been muggy. You've noticed as you walk out the door, maybe if the early morning hours or late night hours, you're seeing that kind of condensation on your windshield. That just means there's just a lot of moisture to work with. It almost feels tropical, and that feeling is going to continue for us over the next 5 days, especially later tonight into the day tomorrow, as well as on Saturday. Sunday, although we're going to be dry, it's still going to be very sticky, so it's one of those days where not great to be outside. Maybe we could be feeling like that. Feels like temperature could be close to the mid to upper 90s, and then on Monday, still feeling a little bit muggy. And then thankfully things will dry out for us a little bit after Monday. So that weather impact alert is for Friday morning and Saturday morning. The main impacts here, so I'm going to explain a little bit here. So we're going to see these organized storms, and you're going to hear it again. You're like, Danny, I've heard it a million times. But let's remind you, it's the time of year usually we get these organized storms called MCSs. Basically, it's just a fancy term for organized storms that evolve in a straight line and move from west to east. So that is going to be the primary concern, is going to be the strong winds that are usually associated with those storms, as well as heavy rain. Even though they're moving very fast, so extensive flooding is not expected, we still could see some localized ponding on some roads because there's just a lot of moisture to work with. You can feel it, right? So that moisture could contribute to some localized flooding. We also can't rule out maybe a brief tornado with these storms. Usually along the line you can get embedded spin-ups, so we're not expecting, long duration tornadoes, if any at all, but a couple here and there may be possible for touchdown for a few minutes and go back up. So we want to be alerting you for that. So of course, as always, have a way to get warnings, multiple ways to get warnings, especially those that can wake you up, because a lot of these will be early during the morning hours on Friday and early during the Saturday morning hours, like 5 to 6 a.m. at the early, especially the farther west you live. So have multiple ways like an all-weather radio and, of course, the 5 News. Download the 5 News app, the 5 News Plus app. We'll be streaming, of course, if there is any severe weather, and we'll be here with you on air and online throughout the entire thing. So now that that's settled, let's get into the details. So for tonight, there technically is a level 1 risk, but really tonight is not what we're concerned about. We're more concerned about early tomorrow morning, about 5 a.m. to noon. So that's going to be the timing with this. The main threats, as I mentioned, are going to be wind gusts, 60 to 70 miles per hour. Hail, very isolated in nature, maybe up to a quarter size. That's not going to be the primary threat, though. And the tornado chance, again, it's low, but it's not zero. And as I've mentioned, this is common for this time of year, but we just want to make sure you have proper warning in case you're out early Friday morning or out early Saturday morning. So let's map that out for you here on Futurecast. So for today, you're going to notice that, again, maybe a stray storm or two, but really it's dry for much of us. You saw that passing by. Again, not really concerned with any of that. But now let's get into early Friday morning. Here's 5 a.m. You start to see it on our western edge. You can see a lot of those purples there indicating some heavy rain as well. So I'm going to move out of the way here. We'll watch it move past. So here's 7 a.m. Friday morning. And we can see basically along the I-49 corridor there, and you see that kind of Boeing shaping, and that indicates that damaging wind gusts is going to be that primary threat. That continues to the morning hours. Then by 10 a.m., most of it is out of here. So I think really 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., it'll be only about a 3 or 4 hour span because these are going to move very fast. However, still could see some redevelopment along the line. So this is why I kind of buffered it a little bit until noon. But generally speaking, it's going to be the morning, and then during the afternoon, maybe some stray storms. But otherwise, we're going to be quiet and dry for the majority of Friday afternoon. So overall tonight, we'll have that thunderstorm chance for us late. Winds will be light, low temperatures. Usually when you see these low temperatures on the warmer side, upper 60s, low 70s, that's an indicator that, yes, it's muggy outside. Those dew points are on the higher side. Tomorrow, after the storms move through, again, could see some severe storms early tomorrow morning. Then high temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s. Could see some sunshine peak out. We'll see a little bit of that southerly flow return, again, because we have more of that moisture returning. Now let's jump ahead to Saturday morning. And I swear, this is a different graphic, but the timing of these, again, these nocturnal or nighttime MCSs, they behave very similarly. So this is going to be 5 a.m. to noon. Once again, main threats are going to remain the same. Damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, maybe a little bit of hail, tornado chances low but not zero, as well as some heavy rain. Now, technically, Benton County and far northern portion of Carroll County aren't in it, but really the entire area is under this. I wouldn't be too concerned with the technicalities of this. I'd say the entire area has that chance of strong to severe storms. And once again, we're going to see it develop out west and move eastward. So these storms are not going to pop out of nowhere. We're going to see them well ahead of time moving in from the west, so you'll have proper warning, but of course that warning is overnight. So that's why we want to tell you now, so that before you go to bed, you know that this will be coming. So here's late Friday night into early Saturday. So here's midnight. You notice maybe a couple of stray showers before that, but now here comes again 4:35 a.m. right on our western edge. Looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? So this is going to be moving in, and it'll move out of the way from west to east. By 8 a.m., really it's out of here. So again, 5 to 8, bam, it's moving through. These are going to be quick, but even with how quick they are, we still could see a lot of heavy rain with this as well. But you said noon, Danny. Well, again, we could see some redevelopment on the backside of this through the noon hours, especially to the south. So that's why I buffered it to noon, just to give that kind of proper time frame. Then during the afternoon, as we've talked about, of course, the Razorbacks play their baseball game Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Fayetteville area, northwest Arkansas looks pretty quiet. The River Valley, Saturday evening into the overnight hours, we could see some redevelopment of storms, especially the farther south you live. But for right now, it looks like for the most part, it'll remain south of us late Saturday night into early Sunday. So we've had those developments during the morning. I think Sunday morning's edition will develop south of the region, but we will be keeping an eye on it in case it does track a little bit farther north. So we'll definitely something to keep a watch. As I've been mentioned, a lot of rain with this, so this is now taking what we've seen the past couple of days and adding it on over the next week or so. So about 1 inch to 2 inches here north of I-40 and east of I-49, anywhere from about 2 to 3, maybe as high as 4 inches of rainfall west of I-49 there. You can see from much of the region. And one thing to note with this is we've had a lot of rain, obviously dating back to last month, and a good portion for this month. When you have a very saturated and wet ground, you have those damaging wind gusts, it doesn't take much for us to uproot some trees or some power lines. Even though winds maybe at times aren't necessarily up to 60 miles per hour, that aided rainfall is going to help soften the ground a lot. So just be mindful of that. There could be some down power lines, down trees, etc. with this additional rainfall, and then you combine that with the wind gusts, and that's where we get a little bit concerned. So to recap, with all that being said, and have multiple ways to receive warnings, this is mainly going to be Friday morning and Saturday morning. So I signaled that there with the AM severe tag potential. Then Sunday, as I mentioned, it's going to be muggy, but it's going to be dry. So high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, dew points on the low 70s, so it's going to feel like the 90s. Monday, it is going to be another chance of scattered showers and storms. For now, the severe chance, not necessarily out there, but definitely could see some pockets of heavy rain with that as well. And then Tuesday, Wednesday next week, finally looking better. And notice the low temperatures Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, upper 50s, low 60s. That's another indicator that says, oh, it's not going to be as muggy. So that is some good news there. The River Valley on Sunday, high temperatures get in the low 90s, so it could feel like the mid to upper 90s on Sunday. Again, similar story there. A little bit of a better chance of rain Saturday night into early Sunday for the River Valley, but as I mentioned, most of that should develop to the south. Once again, a storm chance for Monday, and then looks quiet for Tuesday and Wednesday. So again, that is the latest for what we've got. We'll keep you posted on air, of course, and then on the 5 News Plus app. Be safe out there and have a great rest of your week.